Hey guys, it's Miranda from Diamond Painting with the Besties. How are you today? I hope everyone's excited about their weekend and happy that it's Friday. So I'm filming this on Friday. You guys will see this tomorrow on Saturday. So I decided that instead of doing a whip and chat, I'm just going to do a chat. You guys can pull out whatever you're working on and craft or do housework or whatever it is you do during, whip and chats and everything. But I'm just going to talk because I know that I don't really talk about mental health or anything like that a lot, but I just have to talk. So I hope that's okay with you guys. I'm sitting here, got my new Halloween Michael Myers blanket on. You guys can see we've got the sleeping babies right there. Zeus, and then farther away is Levi. So hopefully they will stay sleeping. I'm not expecting the mailman today, so yeah. Yeah, so how are you guys doing? I have a lot to talk about. I'm going to try and keep it in order, but I hope that I don't go off on tangents, and I'll try and stay in order, but it probably won't happen, but I promise I'll do my best. You guys can see I probably have I've had a lot of migraines in the last month or whatever, especially last night, and my eyes are still really puffy, but hopefully my glasses. I did manage to have enough motivation, though, today to blow dry my hair so I didn't look like a complete mess, because that's how I literally have been. So, yeah, still no job yet, which normally wasn't really a big deal or whatever, but so my unemployment dropped. And I am not looking for sympathy. I'm just talking. I'm just saying. I guess I was getting this federal, I don't know if it was COVID pay or what, because as far as I knew, the state of California, it was only if you got let go or whatever because of COVID. But anyway, in California, you get $450 a week, which I was like, oh my God, that's amazing, because I already have, a retirement, thankfully, and disability from when I was in the Navy. However, that is not enough to live on by any means. So since I get that, I get a reduced unemployment rate because I'm already having some sort of income, right? Remember, my retirement is also taxed. That's the one crappy thing about California. But because of that extra $300 a week, it brought it up to $449. So $4 a month is fine, right? Well, then I get a letter in the mail and that drops. So now I get $149 a week. Oh, and I forgot to add the disclaimer that there is most likely will be profanity in this video. So if that bothers you or you don't like it, it won't hurt my feelings if you don't want to watch this video. But this is me. This is how I am. And I'm not going to change. So anyway, I was literally what the fuck? Seriously. So then I started to, worry. A lot. Because that is $1,200 a month that it dropped. Yeah, so I'm all right. Meanwhile, yes, I have been, for those of you wondering, yes, I have been applying like crazy. And for anyone, and this is not up for discussion as far as an argument, anyone who says that there are thousands and tons of jobs out there that everybody just needs to go out and work, you're right, there are. However, I have filled out an ass ton of applications. I have my aviation background. I have 2 bachelor's degrees and a master's degree. But one of my bachelor's degrees we're not going to count because I went down that law enforcement road before and want no part of it anymore. Plus, where I live, they don't pay diddly for the amount of bullshit and work you have to do. So, my other one is in psychology. Well, you're not going to make anything unless you have a master's in that, but I do have a master's degree. But yeah, it is still like a struggle. Because even though you have these degrees, companies hiring now also want that experience, which is not deterring me from applying. I'm still applying, but I'm not getting them. I did get a phone call yesterday, which would have been a sweet deal. Is HR position, which I was surprised because I don't have a degree in HR, but HR, making really good money. However, the recruiter was like, well, how far do you live from Carlsbad? And I was like, if any of you have been to California, Carlsbad's down near San Diego. I was like, I live like really far. And he's like, oh, I'm like, I live up near Fresno. And he was like, oh my God. I was like, so I'm like 5 hours from Carlsbad. And he's like, I wonder why your resume on CareerBuilder is showing up in the greater San Diego area. I'm like, I have no idea. And if I'm looking kind of wonky at you guys, it's sorry, like my eyes are so puffy that I'm having like a hard time focusing. So that was really frustrating. I got another HR offer, which in Tulare, which is not far from me at all, but it's temporary. It's 3 months. And yeah, it's better than nothing. However, it's the hours. Because mind you, I still have a teenager who does not drive to take care of. And I'm also at that point in my life where I've missed enough of my oldest child's life with deploying. I'm not going to do it. Also, when I was getting my master's degree, I was just going to school. I wasn't working at the time, but that's when Bella started getting like really good at swimming. And I was like, I really need to save up some money. So I went and worked at Foster Farms for like $17 an hour, swing shift. And this was like in 2017, so not that long ago, making fertilizer. Okay. Like I am not above a particular job. I've done it all. Literally around flies and shit, because it's just all different types of fertilizer. And you run the computer and you do the math and you put certain amounts that get dropped in to make whatever type of fertilizer you need to make, right? And it changes all the time with big piles of fertilizer with tarps over them and all sorts of stuff. So I did that, and I did that from September until February, and I worked swings while trying to get my master's degree. So when I was doing that, I would literally, and I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I would literally, the days I had school, go and leave work, go to school, come back to work after school, finish my shift, and then stay to make up the hours I missed for school, go home for like a couple hours, try to sleep, and do what I had to do around the house, and then go back to work. Bella was a lot younger then too. And my friends did help me, but she was, it was hard. She really, she needed her mom. And finally, I just had enough. I had to work, I remember we went to 12s, and I told my manager, because we had gotten a new plant manager, and she was making it very difficult for me to go to school, even though that was part of my, when I got hired, on conditions, because our old manager had no problem. Well, she was making it very difficult for me. And the guys I worked with were like, well, what are you going to do if she tells you can't go to school anymore? I'm like, oh, I'm going to fucking quit. I'm like, I don't need this. And they were like, sure you are. So I told her, I was like, I'm going to do it this week. I said, but I'm telling you, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep this up. And it was rough. Bella had to go stay with my friend Lisa. and Sam for a week. And I was just like, I don't need this shit at all. And I finally just had enough. I had enough. Just so you guys also know, I have a nervous habit, especially when I have anxiety. So I mess with my hair a lot. I've done it ever since I was little. And yeah, sorry. So I've gotten a couple of things. I've even applied to like adjunct teaching positions because I can teach community college in any field in the master MBA program. I've even applied to teach out at the prisons because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That is not going to bother me at all. Right? Still nothing. I've been checking my applications to like, because sometimes, you know, you don't know if they don't hire or it's still open or what have you. I even applied for a seasonal position as an associate at Bath and Body Works. Nothing. They're still all active. I applied literally like 3 weeks ago. I have heard nothing. Even assistant manager. Because I actually make like pretty decent living as assistant manager. Nothing. I've heard absolutely nothing. Now, sorry guys, excuse me. I didn't sleep very well. So now what about my old job? I will like update you guys, but only like talk about it like briefly because it's so much going on and stuff, grievances with the union against labor laws and all sorts of, and it's just too much to really get into. Just send some good vibes towards Bryant because he's super stressed. He's the vice president. Like right now, the new project manager is cursing out all the Mech 2s and Mech 3s right now for whatever reason. And Bryant's like, well, I'll let you know what they all say. I was like, well, shit, this meeting keep going on. You're going to be walking out the door at 3 o'clock by the time they get done. It's just ridiculous. She is wretched. Like literally will wake up choosing violence. And I mean, when I say violence, meaning makes a conscious decision that she is going to ruin people's days. The Manning is cut 27%. Her philosophy is do more with less. And not trying to trigger anybody, but the reason why they just went through and cleaned house and only hired certain people, kept certain people after they came in and said that they were going to keep 100% of the people already there. They just said that. So there was a Zoom meeting between corporate and the head of the union and a few other people because the prior administration, 45, as I say, signed an executive order in 2019 saying that big businesses were not required to give employees the first right of refusal anymore. I have applied, and they're very, very slow. Also, and I feel bad talking about it, but it's the principle of things. So one of my friends that we used to work with, sorry, I'm playing with my pop sockets. This is Miss Coffee. Left and went overseas to Afghanistan to do contracting work for over a year. So when you're part of the union and you leave, right? When you come back, wherever you're trying to come back, if you come back with 18 months left, and so you get rehired, you maintain your seniority. You don't have to do a probation period or anything like that. And you just get back into the union and you care about your business, right? So he applied again, but he's past his window, which is fine, but he got hired. I should have been hired before him. To make it even worse, and although I don't particularly care for this individual, what they're doing to him is completely, well, it's not completely effed up because he is a lazy piece of shit anyway. But when the new company first took over, they didn't retain him, and he'd been working there for 20 years because they said he didn't have enough experience. He didn't meet the criteria of the job description, meaning he didn't have a DD-214, which is something that you get when you get out of the military. And he did not have his airframes and power plants license, A&P license, right? So they said no. The guard is literally furious. And they're cursing out this woman saying, how does this individual not have enough experience? So he went to Texas because in Texas, there's a 3-week course you can take that is guaranteed to pass. Take your airframes and get your airframes and power plants license. It is tailored to use military language. So for those people that are in the military, it's easier for them to understand. Whereas if you take it at like one of the community college, like SJVC or someplace like that, like when Bryant got his, it's all civilian terms. So like if I went and took a civilian one, plus it's ungodly expensive, but if I went and took a civilian one, it would be harder for me because they use different terminology. Whereas this one is like $3,000 guaranteed to pass. And it's a crash course. It's much shorter too. So, yeah. So I'm trying to... So a grievance was put in for that because the company hired somebody out of the seniority level. Which I am thankful that even though I'm not working there, I still do have some rights as a prior union member because I'm still within my window. And Bryant has assured me, that it's going to be okay. So, sorry, you guys. So a little back history. I've worked my behind off for this to be where I'm at. Well, not like right where I'm at, but where I'm at. I basically have raised both my kids by myself, And, when you're younger, you're not always the best with your money and what have you. Or, I just had to do what I had to do. In recent years, within the last 5 years, I have worked my behind off to be debt-free. When I mean debt-free, I don't mean I still have car payments. I still have a mortgage. I'm talking about extra bills like Ulta credit card or a Macy's credit cards in general. I have minimal on my, I only have 2 major credit cards on purpose. And I have minimal on there because of this. And, I paid off, I had a loan. And when I had my pool put in, I gutted my whole backyard. And this is when I was with my ex. And we had done all this. But it was a very long loan term. And I paid it off 3 years early. And built a very comfortable savings for myself and my kids, because Bella's about, she's a junior. She's going to be going to college soon. Her dad sucks ass. Both my daughter's dads suck ass. And I don't get any help from Bella's dad. He's too busy living off the grid or doing whatever the hell he's fucking doing. But he's far away now, so I don't care. But Bella knows that everything that has been done for her is because of me. Which is frustrating too, because, trying to help her and be like, girl, I'm trying to help you with these steps, to make life easy for you. And she's finally, and it's hard trying to figure out what you want to do. Originally, she wanted to be an engineer for a little bit. But then she didn't want to do that anymore. So for a while, she's like, I don't know. And I said, all right, that's fine, but you need to kind of get a rough idea so we can pick colleges to go visit them this year. So next year, you can just apply and, this year you pick them, you talk to coaches, whatever, right? And you just apply. So I'm not wasting money. Like, for God's sakes, like they are expensive. Some college applications are like $120. She did sign up to take the practice SATs. She got a fee waiver for that. She got a fee waiver. I don't know if it's because of my veteran status or whatever. She got a fee waiver for her calculus advanced placement test because it's $95. So I only had to pay $5. So that was nice. And I give her, she's a lot more mature, responsible, and independent than her sister was at that time. No offense, Gina, if you're watching this. However, it's always, I got this, Mom. I got this, Mom. No, you don't. Like, part of me is like, I'm going to pull you from swim. Like, you can't get shit grades. You're never going to get into a fucking school. But anyway, that's so minimal right now. So basically what is happening is that I'm like worried about, I'm going to burn through my entire savings. I'm just so lucky that after all the bullshit I have been through in my life, I finally have like a good dude who wants to help me, but then I feel guilty because, Bryant is like the shit. He's amazing and he works hard, and I don't want to like take his money. Like, I feel bad, but he's told me not to worry about it, but like he's just always there to make me feel better, and I'm just really, I don't get stressed out that often, but I am a little bit now. I'm kind of irritated with, I don't really want to be the president of Bella's swim club anymore. Like, originally when we moved from the Hanford team to Tulare, I literally was like, I just want to be a parent. I just want to go there, mind my own business, not be involved, and just chill. Because I've been on the board of every single swim team or activity, but Bella's just been swim, whether it was rec or Hanford, and I don't really want to do it anymore. But I also can't stand seeing things be jacked up. So when I first got there, they convinced me just to be a member at large on the board. And I was like, all right, whatever. And the president at the time, wasn't doing things right. Like, but whatever, I don't care. I don't care. Well, then I literally got nominated and voted in to be the president last January. And I'm like, what the hell? So the difference between a lot of the other well, I can only talk on Hanford because I don't know how the other satellites do it. But for Hanford, it is a board-ran team. Well, Tulare, it is a coach-ran board, which I don't have a problem with because I get along with the head coach. There are a few things we don't see eye to eye, like she doesn't have kids. So when the way our system is set up to bill things, I'm like, hey, Jocelyn, can you please, like, I'm going to use her name just that one time because she doesn't watch my channel. Bill the parents for these swim meets. Because what she does is like, how it works is it gets sent out through this program called Active. You sign up, and once the completion of the meet is done, you bill the families. Since our team is the main hub, we pay for all the satellites. So Once they get billed, Active will pull it because you have a card on your account, and then Active will send us a check. And I hate it, but whatever. However, things have been getting kind of hairy only because our head coach has cancer. And she's a very private person. And a lot of us didn't know at first until we noticed she cut her hair and noticed that she was losing a lot of weight. And, it finally all came. And she makes it doesn't want us to worry because she's very independent, but it's a lot worse than she lets us know. So she has, it's on an artery near her ovary, right? And the whole point was for the chemo to shrink it so they could perform the surgery. Well, it's not shrinking. She's had some rough bouts with her chemo treatment. She's done right now, so I'm not quite sure what the next step is. And her doctor said, you need something to fight for. This team is what she has to fight for, right? However, she's the gatekeeper for everything. If something horrible happened, we would be screwed because she has everything. And slowly she is allowing for help, but we're doing it in such a way that we don't want to take things away from her. Make her not feel wanted, that we don't need her. It's just a mess. And I just totally forgot where I was going with that. But that's another thing that we're dealing with because our team is very close. And we just want her to get better. She's very young. She's not even 30 years old yet, I believe. We're tired. We have a swim meet tomorrow, which you guys will see this. I'll be at the swim meet when you guys see it. Well, on my way. It's a little further away. Normally when we go up to Yosemite, we stay at Bryant's. Normally we have gone in the past and stayed overnight, but the hotels are so expensive up there right now because they have all this stuff because it's up in Oakhurst. And Oakhurst is this adorable little town. I love it. Well then, 2 years ago, because obviously it wasn't last year. I didn't have it last year. We stay at Bryant's because he's much closer. It cuts the drive in half, basically. So I asked Bella, do you want to go to practice tonight? Because she didn't go last night, which is fine because I was a mess. Because she had to catch up on homework. I said, do you want to go to practice today? Or do you want to just go up to Bryant's? I told her, I said, no, if we go to practice, we're going to stay home and we're going to have to leave at ass crack. Warm-ups are at 8. It's an hour-and-a-half drive. I need my spot. So we have to leave I want to leave at 5:45 and get there 45 minutes early because I need my spot. I can't get no janky spot, and I don't want to get put in the grass because it was pouring rain up there. They have sprinklers in their grass at the high school, which are still going off. And I don't want to be, and plus there's dew because tomorrow it's going to be 44 fucking degrees. 44 degrees. Because it's up in the elevation, right? And I don't want no anti-smoking thing, whatever, but I'm going to tell you guys what. The first time I went up there, and I went outside from our hotel to go smoke, I thought I was going to die. I was like, what in the Sam hell is going on? And my friend Melissa at the time was like, girl, we up in elevation. That's why. I was like, oh. So obviously it's a little more difficult for the kids to swim too because they're not used to it. But like I said, it's October, right? Here today is very cool. We finally got some rain. I finally was able to shut my air conditioning off. Hopefully next week I won't have to turn it back on because it's going to be in the high 70s, low 80s, but it should be okay. I shouldn't have to. So it's going to be 44 degrees tomorrow morning and the high is going to be 65. So you are higher elevation, so the sun is really warm. So we're going to be freezing. So I sent out an email to families saying, if you are attending the Yosemite meet, It's going to be 44 degrees. Blankets, extra clothes, parka, extra towels. That's why I love the summer. Bella throws like 2 towels in her swim bag and we go. Because by the time she's done swimming and she hangs it up, by the time she needs her next event or whatever, her towel is already dry. Wintertime, oh my God, I'm bringing like 4 or 5 towels, depending on how many events she's doing. She's got parka, extra clothes, socks, all sorts of stuff, right? It's insane, but I am not ready for that. And I told the families in the emails, we are not ready for that. We're not used to that. It's not 44 degrees in the morning here yet. Because it does get cold, guys, where I'm at. I'm in a valley. So it gets very cold and windy here. Very damp, like, ugh. Anyway. So I'm just hoping she does well. I'm really hoping she does well. Anyway, so I'm just trying to be optimistic and positive. I have some anxiety right now because I'm waiting to hear what happened from the Leeds meeting. Bryant basically said at the time, I guess his lead texted him and said that she's just in here bitching about everything and everything. So it's about deadlines and, well, honey, you're not going to get the shit done when you have no people at all. No people to work. When you cut the workforce by 27% and you have deadlines, you're not going to meet your deadlines. Then that's not including the people that currently work there that are just choosing not to come to work. All right? There's that. It's whatever. I guess the moral of what I'm trying to say, and not that I'm all wise and everything, is a lot of people bitch and complain, and we all have been, I know I've bitched and complained about my job, but at this time and age, with everything going on, be thankful you have a job. Like, I've always been able to make it work, and I'm still trying to make it work, you know. But I'm trying to be optimistic that, you know, everything is going to be okay. What does it say? According to Wilson... Oh, she wasn't yelling. Oh, so Roxanne was not yelling. Sorry, text message just came up, so I had to put my glasses on. So that's good. Roxanne wasn't yelling. Then on top of it with schools, right? So Bella, since school has started, Bella started school like the 14th of August. There's been a fight basically every single day. 2 days ago, there were 3 fights. To the point where they rang the bell early for them to go into class. One of the fights, because it was on this huge news app, like you guys had these neighborhood apps for the community. And I asked Bella and she was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's one of them was between these 2 boys and this girl got involved. So basically, this one boy kissed this girl. Her brother got pissed off and fought this dude. I'm like, is this the fucking Capulets and the Montagues? Like, are you literally serious right now? Yes, granted, these kids have haven't been in real school for almost 2 years, but they're old enough to realize. Now, the younger ones, maybe the freshmen, maybe not, because the last time they were in physical school was like 7th grade or the end of 6th grade and maybe part of 7th grade. And yeah, there's that argument, it starts at home. Yeah, it does start at home, and you can do your best as a parent. And I'm not giving parent advice. I'm just saying, as a parent, you do your best to instill good morals and discipline and decision-making into your child. And sometimes it works really well, and sometimes it doesn't. However, you can, like me, right? Like with my oldest, I cannot control what she does at school when I am working. At all. I can't. So I really don't know what to tell them. Now, are all like that? No, because there are kids out there whose parents don't give a shit, but there are parents who do, and it's just a mess. But anyway, I always like to end stuff on a positive note. So we're gonna move forward. I've already been talking for like 34 minutes, and I need some positivity. And I don't want to leave you guys feeling like shit Where it's, hey, you guys see my, you guys like my t-shirt. So it says horror scope. Pretty funny, huh? Anyway. So, thank you. I do want to give a big thank you and tell you guys how much I love and appreciate all of you for Brad and I going over 900 subscribers. It's the downward spiral, and I'm just really, really excited. There are some things, I have said, like, next year, really the only event I'm probably going to do, unless it coincides with what I'm already doing, is like the Year of Miranda. So after Alice in Winter Wonderland, I'm going to be doing my own thing. Whatever I want. If it falls into an event, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm just to that point where I want to work on stuff I really want to work on, especially like in my stash. So that's one of the things I do, that comparison between the Carla Gerard kits, between the different companies that I really want to start on. I also thought, I wanted to run this by you guys. I also thought about adding like a different element to my channel. It's not going to have anything to do with diamond painting, so I'm not sure if you guys are all interested in it, but it is my channel, so I don't really want to start another one. So I also thought about doing like a music segment, and I was going to basically, all the clips that I have from the concerts I go to, like the Kiss concert, which I forgot I didn't even get to talk about. It was amazing, right? It was better than the show in Fresno. Put all those clips that I have of that together and put, the date and the location, and you get your own little mini Kiss concert. Pitbull was absolutely amazing too. Mr. Worldwide, I was like, Iggy Azalea opened up. Let me tell you what, my ass thought I was 20 years old, 20, in my early 20s, up in the club, like I used to. You couldn't tell me nothing, right? I will tell you, the next day, I felt it. My back hurt. My legs were sore. Like, I'm just out there, like, living my best life, like, doing my thing, right? And yeah, I felt it the next day. But putting those clips together from Pitbull and uploading it. If you guys watch it, you do. If you don't, you don't. That's okay. It's totally okay. I just wanted to kind of add that. Plus, I get this shit off my phone. Yeah, so it's like I want to like add, like, it's almost like a new series, but it's not diamond painting related. So you guys let me know what you think about that. What else? I will be having a very nice big giveaway eventually when being positive, when we go over our 1,000 subscriber milestone and reach our goal. We will be doing a big, when I say we, it means me, because Brad's still in nursing school. However, I do have a surprise for you. So Brad's birthday is the 27th of October. So literally 2 months before mine. That's why it's so easy to remember his. His is October 27th. Mine's December 27th. So his mom's birthday, excuse me, is the 30th. So I was like, his mom messaged me and was like, I don't know what to get Brad for his birthday. And I'm like, neither do I, right? I have no idea what to get him for his birthday. Because all he does is go to school and work. So we're just talking about it. So I messaged him and I was like, hey, like, are you working the weekend after your birthday? He's like, well, I'm only working the 29th. And, because I want to take my mom out to dinner. I was like, well, are you going to be doing homework all weekend? And he's like, no, I'm not going to be doing homework all weekend. I was like, well, do you want Bella and I to come down there? And so, of course, there's a big old yes with like 1,000 exclamation points and like the little dancing woman, right? And I was like, all right, well, Bella and I will, when she gets out of school on that Friday, we'll come down there. We'll be there before you get off work. And then we'll have a little bit of time to spend together. So there will either be like a face-to-face type whip and chat. There will be something. I know that you're supposed to schedule a live or whatever, but we might just do a quick pop-up live. Nothing's going to be planned. That's the problem. But there will be something. So you guys will see us together. So I'm really, really excited about that. Oh my God, you guys, look. I don't mean to interrupt. Look at them. They have not even moved. Sorry for shaking. Look at him. Hold on. Piggy, he's a baby. He's a mama's baby. He's a baby. Yeah, he just gave me side eye like, They basically blend on the couch, so it's almost really hard to see them. So I'm really, really excited about that. You guys have all been like super wonderful to me and Brad. And I never really thought that I would be successful at something like this. And I'm not going to edit this at all because, like, I know I'm a badass. And I do have a bit of a hard exterior or whatever. But that only goes for so long. Just like everybody who you see their personalities all the time, but maybe they only show you one side of themselves, happy all the time or what have you. This is real life, and I'm not like embarrassed or feel like I need to put up some facade of how I am or whatever. Like, this is how I am. Like, I'm like who I am, and that's cool. Baby, were you stretching? Sorry, I get distracted. You guys, I'm obsessed with them. I'm totally obsessed. Sorry. Totally obsessed with them. All right. Well, I want to wrap this up. It's like 40-something minutes. But you guys know that I'm huge on the whole Gen X thing. Like, I am so, like, I feel like our generation, like every generation has a positive word, but I can only speak on mine. You know why Gen X is so amazing? Besides the fact that we get least of like the offended, like the least easiest, is no matter what, we've always banded together. I am not a football person. Sorry. I am not a football person at all. However, can we talk about this halftime show? So if you guys haven't heard, the football halftime show at the Super Bowl this year is Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar. What? I damn near died when I saw that. Now, we would make it extra special, like, no disrespect, Kendrick, but you put Ice Cube up in there. Oh, Kendrick is still amazing. Throw Ice Cube up in there, but let me tell you what. I am all for that. Now, is it going to be Prince? No. And if I can remember, I'm going to throw in that meme. I'm going to try and throw it right up here for you guys. And it says, remember when they played a football game at a Prince concert? By far, Prince was the best ever. And then second, Tom Petty. Lady Gaga was good, but I'm telling you, like, we're talking about classics, right? Every single one of my friends, and we are not all the same at all. Every single one of my friends is literally living for this halftime show. And I am just so, so excited. So if you guys haven't heard, now you've heard, and yeah. So I know that I don't really do these face-to-face or whip and chats. I don't really get a lot of work done when I do a whip and chat. So I don't really post them that much. But I'm trying to think of a variety. I'm glad you guys like my unboxings. And I try to switch those up, at least with companies, at least. I really haven't had a lot of motivation lately to diamond paint, but after talking to you guys, I am feeling better. It's Friday, I'll have about an hour to myself hour and a half before I have to go get Bella, and then we'll go to practice. Can't stay up too late tonight. All right, well, thank you. Can you guys hear how loud he's breathing? Maybe it's just me. I think he has his nose pushed up against the ottoman. All right, well, thank you for spending time with me on the couch. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and thank you so much for being awesome. I'll talk to you guys later, so make sure you be safe and be kind. Bye.